President Biden facing growing pressure to fight efforts by some Republicans who are trying to make voting more difficult. The restrictions they're pursuing would fall heaviest on black voters. Bloomberg White House reporter Mario Parker joins me now with more. Mario, thanks so much for being here. And this is just a fantastic article all about the Biden administration and really what's happening in so many state houses throughout the country. Take us through what exactly is happening in Republican state houses.
Yes, thanks for having me, Tim. Well, what we're seeing is an extension of former President Donald Trump's post-election fight, his unsubstantiated claims of widespread voter fraud that he says cost him the White House. And then you see a response from the GOP at the state legislature level, trying to restrict some of the voting rights that led to historic turnout among minority voters last year. And so those are things like early voting, mail-in voting. They're trying to increase, scrutiny of voter IDs, all those sorts of things that Democrats say would dissuade members of their base, particularly, again, black voters, from being able to vote.
Yeah, Mario, in your piece, you note that the Brennan Center for Justice at New York University, a nonpartisan organization, has found that there are more than 250 bills in 43 states that Republicans have put into motion to make it harder to vote, just a massive number in the majority of state houses throughout the United States. Now, enter the Biden administration. What do progressives want Biden to do to protect the right of people to vote?
Right. Well, you're seeing a couple of things kind of manifest itself as well. Biden is coming off his first legislative victory with the COVID relief package. Black voters are largely credited with carrying him not only through the primary, but carrying him through the general election, and then turning out in a place like Georgia, for example, 1 month later, to give him the majority to enact his legislative agenda. So black voters want him to pivot, if you will, because he's been signaling that he would want to do infrastructure next and build back better. But black voters are saying that if voting rights are rolled back, all of these things that he's doing will be rendered moot.
I mean, look, it makes sense. As you write in your piece, Republicans essentially want to ensure that Senator Warnock is not reelected. What are the chances that Democrats can actually make changes at the federal level to protect voting rights?
Well, what you're saying is Democrats really, and again, members of the base really raising the alarms to Biden and saying, hey, you got to get something done here, immediately. It would seem as though the Biden administration is receptive to those alarms. If we were to read the tea leaves from his visit to Georgia on Friday, in which him and Vice President Harris were touting the passages of COVID relief bill, they did take a side meeting with leaders in the community there, including Stacey Abrams, who, as we know, is widely credited with a lot of the voter turnout in the South, to talk about some of these things and these developments that are going on and things that could be remedied. One of the remedies, of course, is the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. Another is a Senate legislation that Chuck Schumer says that he'll be taking up in the coming weeks. So it seems like Democrats are starting to heed these alarms.
Bloomberg's Mario Parker. Mario, thanks so much for your time. I encourage everybody to go check out Mario's story that lays it out so clearly as well.
The biggest stories the moment they happen from around the globe. Subscribe to Bloomberg Quick Take now for insight in an instant.